President Trump said he would end all this. Yesterday, he again threatened to punish both sides.
Very, very, very tough. And it could be on both countries, to be honest. You know, it takes two to tango.
The Kremlin spokesman was just asked about President Trump comparing all this to a fight between children, Savannah. He called it, quote, Trump's point of view, and then said, and listen to this, the political means for resolving the crisis were exhausted. Savannah, rather than an end to the war, this is, it looks like, a new phase, and a phase that will likely test world leaders in new ways. Savannah?
All right, Keir, thank you very much. Well, the suspect in Colorado's deadly terror attack is now facing over 100 felony charges. Mohammed Soliman stood before a judge as prosecutors laid out a case that could put him behind bars for life. He's also expected to face separate federal charges as officials determine whether his family could be deported. NBC News correspondent Morgan Chesky joins us from Boulder, Colorado with the latest. Morgan, good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. And as this community has tried to wrap its head around the tragedy that took place here now almost a week ago, when Mohammed Soliman set foot inside that courtroom, for many it was a glimpse, a first step at accountability and justice. And now as he's headed to a federal court later this afternoon, it is a chance for his actions to have potential consequences here.
The matter comes before the court
inside a jailhouse courtroom. Terror suspect Mohammed Soliman facing a judge and a laundry list of charges for Sunday's shocking attack. The 45-year-old Egyptian national watching as prosecutors charged him with 118 criminal counts.
Charges reflect the evidence that we have regarding this horrific attack that took place and the seriousness of it.
They include 28 counts of attempted murder, 5 counts of assault on the at-risk or elderly, and 1 charge of animal cruelty, after authorities say he injured a dog during his targeted anti-Semitic attack.
If the defendant's convicted and those counts run or those sentences run consecutive, that would be 48 years in state prison for each of the 14 victims, which comes to 672 years.
While Soliman claims to have acted alone, Colorado's governor pressing for a thorough investigation.
Were there others who knew about it, who facilitated it, who were aware of it, who helped them?
Soliman's wife and 5 children remain in ICE custody. The Department of Homeland Security says the family came to the U.S. in August 2022 and overstayed their tourist visas. Soliman did file for asylum, listing his wife and 5 children as dependents. The family's attorney telling us they were flown to a detention center in Texas.
That they are now in detention despite having committed no crime.
Concerned that even with this judge's court order, the Trump administration could still deport this family.
It would be totally naive if we weren't concerned about that.
In response, DHS called the family attorney's claims absurd, adding it's clearly an attempt to delay justice. Meanwhile, as flowers line the scene of Sunday's nightmare attack, the Boulder community finds itself caught between heartbreak and disbelief.
They lit Jews on fire in 2025. I mean, it's hard to for anyone to wrap their head around that.
And we'll be there as Soliman is in federal court later this afternoon. Will he be charged with that hate crime? In the meantime, ahead of Boulder's annual Jewish festival slated for this Sunday in this very space, the FBI and DHS releasing a rare joint statement, Savannah, saying because of the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict, terrorists may be more motivated to enact violence against Jewish or Israeli communities, adding that terrorist organizations may also try to exploit the narrative to inspire violence in the United States. Savannah.
Morgan, thank you so much. Ex-girlfriend. NBC News correspondent Stephanie Gosk has the details.
Lavish trips, cash, and a lot of drugs. That's how the woman testifying with the pseudonym Jane says her relationship began with hip-hop tycoon Sean Diddy Combs. But Jane says after she fell head over heels for Combs, he started having other men join them. Escorts, according to Jane. What percentage of the time after that did you have sex with another man? Prosecutors asked. 90%, the single mother told the jury. Did you want to do that? She answered no. Jane said she wanted an old-fashioned relationship, but agreed to what Combs called debauchery or hotel nights to keep him happy. She told the court the nights took place in hotel suites with red lights, music, lotions, and an excessive use of baby oil everywhere. The sessions could last up to 30 hours, according to her testimony, and always with drugs, including ecstasy and ketamine. During their relationship,